There are conversations that shape how we live. Conversations that help us navigate challenges of life. Conversations that bring out the best in us. This is where we gather to help each other find a way and unleash our potential. Welcome to the Benjamin Zulu Globe.
Psychologist, relationship coach, the one, the only
Benjamin Zulu.
Benjamin Zulu himself.
Time and again, we've heard the saying that says a habit is a disease. But do you know that there are some habits that are good for you? We are talking about habits that will lead you to wealth. What are these habits that we should be having? That's what we're discussing today on the show with Benjamin Zulu. Please be ready to grow, because on this one, we don't mince words on anything growth and self-development. Welcome to the show. My name is Sylvia Kiremi and Benjamin Zulu. I'm super excited about this one.
Yes, and the slogan is that
Yes.
we don't usually decide our future.
Yeah.
We decide our habits, then our habits decide our future. But no, culture doesn't tell you that.
Yeah.
Culture tells you, indulge now.
Yeah.
Life is short. They don't tell you if you indulge now, you get into the habit of indulging like that. They don't tell you that what you are doing now
Yeah.
will become a habit. And human wants are habit forming. Okay?
Yes.
Where you go to find dopamine or some pleasure, you will be tempted to go back there.
Yes, again and again.
And that now that these habits are picking momentum of their own, if you just struggle the first 60 days or 90 days to fix it, after that it will fix you.
Yeah.
You get into the habit of doing that thing, it stops using your mental space anymore. You just find yourself doing it.
Yes.
Nobody teaches us that our behavioral psychology was meant to help us. To help us do more of what we tend to want to do. That's what your mind is structured.
Yes.
It is made to accelerate wherever you're trying to go. The power steering in your car does not have a motive.
Yeah.
There's a thing that helps you control your car. If it is removed, the car will become too hard.
Yes.
If it just stops working, you realize moving it mechanically is too hard.
It's too difficult.
You may remember long time ago, the steerings were very hard. They even had something to control it, and it was very difficult, particularly, you know. So they developed a power steering. Power steering is an assistant who goes with the direction you're trying to go and makes it easier.
Yeah.
A computerized system that is very powerful, but can only go with you.
Yes.
It can't take it a direction you don't want to go. That's why you never sense it. You never sense the presence of power steering. For example, if you want to know the power, just try to move the car when the engine is not running.
Yes.
Just turn on the power without the engine. You know, you can turn on the power without the engine. So when the power is only the power that you can use to charge, some lights inside are on, but the engine is not running. Now try to move the steering.
Yes.
The power assistant is off. That's how you feel how hard it is. That's when the power steering is off.
Yes.
When the car is completely off, the engine the steering may be locked. But when the power is on, it's unlocked. But you still can't move it.
Yeah.
You injure your hand.
Yes.
That's your mind. Your mind is very powerful.
Yeah.
But you don't even remember it's there. Because it's helping you go whichever way you want to go easier. Easier. It makes whatever you want to do easier.
Yeah.
It has no motive of its own.
Yeah.
The power steering doesn't know where you want to go. Does not know, it just not senses. You move slightly, it assists you. Move slightly, it assists you.
Yes.
Your mind was made with so much power, but it's completely under your will.
I have to direct it.
What you want, it makes it easier.
Yeah.
Nowadays, technology is also adapting the same method. When you click something, it brings you more of that. They're even snooping our conversations. When you say a word, it brings more of that.
Yeah.
Try to mention lingerie.
All types.
You know, and I think they usually listen to when you mention twice or something like that.
I think so.
Or when you visit a shop that sells that, and you know Google location.
Yes.
You want to, is anybody following me? I entered that shoe shop and now all shoes.
All shoes.
You know, they say this lady is looking for shoes.
Yeah. I've done that actually. Just visited one shop,
You know,
didn't do much, and from there on I got all the shoes. The exact type that I was looking for.
that location is associated.
I get it.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
Your mind was meant to listen to what you want. So next time, don't say, oh, I'm overthinking, my mind goes on its own. No, it is under your control. Your mind does not have the word I. That's why I usually call it my mind. It's not the I.
Yes.
It's not even your hand, your stomach, your body. That's why you call them with a possessive noun.
Yeah.
My. Who's that who is possessing? My head, my mind, my body, my... Who is that? That my is I.
Hey.
So, the person in control is your will. The seat of willpower, that's the I. That's the soul. That's the spirit. You possess everything else. You, the spirit called Sylvia.
Yes.
Possess a mind.
Yeah.
Possess a body. But nobody taught us that that mind wants patterns.
Yeah.
It is trying to catch your patterns
Yes.
and make them automated to assist you get things done faster. If only you can learn, you have a mind that is ready there saying which way. And then it runs your pathways. It runs what you want to do more. What you want to do more. What you want to do more. And it goes there and makes it more pleasurable. Makes it more pleasurable. Forget social media now,
Yes.
because you thought they were just snooping you. Try to mention red Mazda CX-5.
It will pop.
Talk about it, it will start appearing on the road. This is no social media now, not on your
yeah.
screens.
Yes.
You start on parking spots. You start mentioning. you what? Huh?
Yes.
CX-5. Oh my, that guy is so good. What's the red one? Have you seen it? There's one disappearing there.
You start
Your mind is
seeing it.
trying to help you pick what you said you want. How many times have you woken up at night with an answer to a question you've been struggling with? Who brought it?
Yes. What has happened?
Who brought it? The mind listened to what you're struggling with when you are awake. And because when you were awake, it was too busy. When you slept, it began to look for solutions.
Yeah.
And when it got it, it popped it. We call it epiphany. We call it vision, dream, something. Yeah. So it will bring that to the surface. The more you put your mind to something. Today I want to tell you the treasure hunt we were not told about. That your mind is so powerful, but it's like the power steering. Yeah. You can easily miss that it is present. Why does a person control such a huge truck with huge wheels? With one, that car you think is small.
Yes.
Go try what I've told you. Turn on the power so the steering is unlocked, but the engine is not running.
Yes.
Try now to turn it. That's the real, that.
Work.
Now that's your real car.
Yes. Without the power.
It took for my car to break that part, for me to know it exists.
Oh.
It broke that part, power steering,
yeah.
it damaged. My friend, to move it from one distance to the mechanic.
You needed a meal afterwards.
My friend,
Yes.
you need physio. Corner was a torture. Roundabout was a torture. I learned, what sometimes you just release it, it's spinning, coming back. There's a guy working overtime underneath to help you move. That's your mind. It's so powerful. Even the habits you've been describing is just reinforcing what you said you wanted. It's making it automated.
Yeah.
But the only problem, it has no agenda. Whether you want to crash yourself with a car, it will still help you.
Yeah.
Whether you want to go to wrong places, to help you.
Yes.
You want to wrong lane, is to help you. Drive to the right lane, is to help you. This power steering is blind, but very powerful. Under your control.
Yes.
That's your mind. Today I want to tell you a few things that if you set them as a habit, they will bring you wealth, financial freedom. And the first thing is affinity to the mighty. To be drawn to great people. To just make it that you belong to the tribe of successful people. I belong there. A farmer collected an egg, a story is told, and brought it home for the chicken that was brooding to sit on that egg as well and hatch it. Unbeknownst to him, it was not a chicken egg. Some chicken just lay carelessly. So he thought but when it hatched, it was a different chick.
Oh.
They were hatched, but this chick was different.
Yes.
It couldn't quite get food, learn the lessons from the mom, and get satisfied with those grains and worms they're eating. But with time, this chick began to notice other birds away from this family that she has more affinity to. And they looked just affinity, but they fly very high. My family doesn't fly that high.
Yes.
And they're producing sounds that if I try to mimic, they come out more naturally. And even I see their beak looks like mine.
Yes.
Affinity means a more inclined, a drawing towards. It comes before you're formed and you're shaped.
Yeah.
It comes before you're perfected, before you even manifest. It comes before you become. Luck, you are going to ask me, is it natural? Should it not be inborn?
Yeah.
No, it's an attitude. You can decide. One day I found myself in one of the leafy suburbs. And the green climate, the spacious roads, the peace. You could lie somewhere on the road and nobody would touch you. There was just abundance, canopy of trees. I said, this is homely. I learned later it was Modaiga, Runda, those places. And I said, so why are we on the other side? Oh no, you're in Eastlands because
Yes.
that's where your people can afford now.
Yes.
Over here,
Yeah.
it's a different story. But I said, why? Affinity. I decided I want to belong here. You can set up your affinity. If you couldn't, your creator couldn't tell you to set your affections towards your God. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your soul and all your mind. You can love wealth, you can love abundance with your heart. You can say, I want that. Napoleon Hill said, this world has no answer. The universe has nothing to stop a man who will stake his whole existence towards a goal. I will get that or die on my way. This world has no answer.
Yes.
The person who decides, where I came from, there was only one rich family I could see and they had lights at night. Every other place is dark. You're using the stick to see your way.
Yeah.
And the latrines have no door. It's just a gunia hung there. There are no tissues. It's just leaves of trees. But there was a family over there that had lights and banana trees and ripe bananas in the farm. Nobody's eating them.
Nobody is stealing them. Nobody is eating them. They have enough.
I felt affinity. And I set in my mind, you know what? That's the level. The children from that home are always clean, very beautiful girls with white socks, clean uniform, packed food, hot pots. I did not know what the name of the hot pot. I just knew Thamos. Pots look like Thamos. And their food is too hot during the day.
That was magical.
And they could take Blue Band without it being a big deal.
Yeah.
They had pocket money when you go to games. They could buy all of us ice cream and they're not bankrupt.
Yeah.
You are holding yours. That it is forced when you sit down. Make sure. And if somebody comes close, you, my friend, you don't come close.
Your 5 shillings.
5 shillings. This guy, the goes to mom is given a note, a big note.
Yeah.
Spoils the friends and takes change back to mom. Huh? I'm like, affinity. And then I'll see people with big cars. Every time I saw a person with a big wheel rolling, you know, these big cars are big. I would just feel something. Affinity. I want you to set your affinity. You can actually decide what you want to belong to. One reason the poor never get rich is they repel wealth, they hate it, they suspect it, they say those people are bad, they're malicious, they're corrupt.
Yeah.
You never enter into what you curse. Energetically, you resist.
Yes. That's powerful.
Don't enter into what you curse. Energetically, you resist.
You resist.
And we're not talking about greed. You can have affinity, but you're not willing to grow into it.
Yeah.
Those people want wealth, but they're not willing to pay the price. They will have to sacrifice themselves, sell their soul, sell their body, and they can't even maintain it. They still don't have the mindset to acquire it. But me, I decided, you can decide, I belong there. This chick that was hatched and saw eagles far away, it felt an affinity.
Yeah.
Started attempting to fly. Whenever they passed by, it tries to copy. One day it tried and it worked and went away.
Yeah.
It was the egg of it was hatched among chicken, although it was an eagle. When you are destined to wealth, it's like you are misplaced by birth, or you are born there to transform them. Sometimes your history, like Jephthah of the Bible, is not pleasant. He was born to a side chick, what they call a mistress those days, not legal wife. So the sons of the king, the sons of the family said, you are going to bring competition for our wealth. Go away. They kicked him out. But when he went there, he was an ego. He developed himself. He had a group of men accompanying him. He had a team and became a powerful leader. When crisis came back to their people and they needed a leader to fight for them, they came and asked him, come lead and be our king. Sometimes your history does not favor you. But when you know affinity to leadership and greatness, there could be a young man saying, what are the chances of becoming a political leader in Africa when there's so much corruption? What are the chances of becoming a president, a governor in Africa when you need connection more than you need competency? What are the chances? I feel the affinity, but where do I go through? I feel the affinity of changing my community, but where do I start? I don't have that political lineage to just go worship people. There could be a young person frustrated, like Jephthah. I've been chased away. I hoped I'll be the leader of my country, but I've been chased away. My dream was to transform my nation, but now I'm a refugee. I've been outcast. What do you do when you are seeking asylum from the country you are trying to lead? Do just what Jephthah did. Grow into that person and trust divinity, nature, and your creator to organize the rest. Sometimes the trials are meant to test you. They're not trying to destroy you. If you want to be president in Africa and you don't have lineage, family connections, corruption, you're not even the kind of person who can steal. We need you. If you're feeling the affinity, know that you are our savior. Know that you are our Jephthah. Stop downplaying it. That MCA dream, that MP dream, that women rep dream. Do this. Grow into that person already. Become affinity. Learn from Mahatma Gandhi's and Nelson Mandela's who led sincerely. And just become that. One day, there'll be a crisis. The one who sent you will organize a crisis. And when they look around, despite all the corruption and all the kickbacks, they can't find anybody except you. They'll come and tell you, please come and help us. We are dying. But you chased me away. You said you don't want people who don't know how to steal and embezzle funds. What will you do? Will you make me? Yes, we are going to make. They will fight for you and you will save that nation. The people who need you are also coming up. Come up with them. When the generation that wants change and integrity becomes the majority, they will pick integral leaders with integrity. So don't worry. Just grow. Somebody wants to run a church with sincerity. It's very hard in Kenya to find a good church. People just after money, after all that. But you may be having that passion and it's genuine. And it's genuine, but you are tormented. Where do I place that church? People just want theatrics. Don't worry. You may be desiring to form a podcast that does not have immorality. Maybe you want a show that has sincerity and will it trend? Will it anybody subscribe? People just want madness. Don't worry, become that person. What we call overnight success is decades of preparation manifested overnight. There's no overnight success. There's only decades of growth finally placed on a stage on one night. Become that person, and then when Goliath attacks the country and nobody knows you and he has harassed the country 40 days and you come around as an errand boy to bring lunch, you've been building your experience protecting sheep, protecting against lions and wolves and foxes, and you did not know that sheep was a training ground. There was another sheep, greater sheep, and greater lions, greater foxes. When you come here and the kings are intimidated, you tell them, okay, I don't have military experience, I don't have a name here, but I want to help you guys with this problem. And you help them, and the king says, oh my God, who is that? Who's that boy? You mean he's Leonard? At once, overnight, you're a national sensation. But for years, you are preparing the forest. Whoever is in the forest now, get into the habit of just liking the mighty, learning them, studying them, reciting their words, reciting their mentality, using their language, dressing like them, walking like them, talking like them, sleeping like, eating like them. Get into the habit.
Wow.
When I was in Form 4, there was a namesake in Form 2 called Benjamin, another boy called Benjamin. He called himself a surgeon and he started dressing like a surgeon and putting a stethoscope to envision himself. And Form 2, nobody pays much attention to these Form 2s. Nowadays, these motivational speakers are destroying people's minds. No, Form 2, surely. You have not even passed the exam. You see the road is long, my friend. They come slowly. Do you know, years later, I met Benjamin and he was exactly a medical doctor pursuing masters in exactly that. I remember he told me a complicated name.
Yes.
But he was already a doctor pursuing masters to become exactly that.
What he envisioned.
Now, the habit of affinity with them
Yes.
was when he was young. Get into the habit. You may look awkward, you may look funny, but that habit, it pays off. Whenever I saw big machines, I felt affinity. Big machines.
Yeah.
The ones that look like they can see you.
Yes.
Normal people drive cars. Big people drive machines. The machines, you don't hear the engine, you hear the wheels. You know.
Yes.
And you climb up. Normal people stoop to, and you get your head knocked. Should watch.
We are moving from normal people to big people.
Normal people must beep for you to know there's something coming. The machines command presence.
Yeah.
I did not know which way, but I just developed an affinity. And I think the teachers would pick that.
Yeah.
Because whenever there was a talk and a rich person was coming, I would sit in front and I'm looking so much. I think now I know they saw.
Yes.
And they would pick you to answer questions. Many times they would have a word with me. I'll participate more. I'm joyous to see them. I know you cannot hide
Yeah.
that this is my colleague visiting.
Yes.
It feels like my senior colleague.
Yeah.
You know? The colonial chiefs would say my senior friend, referring to the colonial masters.
Yes.
They were just trying to bootlick, really. But you can have rich people as your senior friend. You can have great people as your senior associate.
Yeah.
And you feel home around them. And just that mannerism, I learned how they talk. They talk possibility. They don't curse. Even the language of cursing is not in the mouth.
Yeah.
They talk possibility. They encourage. They give more encouragement than discouragement. We are not saying corrupt people cannot appear to have money, but they don't have the wealth of character. They don't have the wealth that would impact generations. They may have money, but their overall impact is negative. I want a person who is wealthy in money, wealthy in influence, wealthy in role model, wealthy in morals, wealthy in family, wealthy in leading, wealthy in influence. That's the wealth. I realized money was a fruit. These people were wealthy in knowledge, wealthy in resourcefulness, solving problems, helping people, guiding. They influenced our whole community.
Yes.
To become more. They encouraged, they appeared in their fundraisers, they appeared in events, they inspired, they were rich. And I felt like, and I started just having a home in my mind, a big home with lights, like the one I would see there, with lights at night.
Yes.
I just began to see it, just envision it. Affinity with the mighty is the first habit I want you to have. The second habit I want you to have that will bring wealth by itself. Even if you just do it, is finding fun in learning daily. Finding fun. Most people find fun in spending money, splashing in parties, in just dancing. No problem with those things. But the people who are going to wealth, they find learning entertaining, new ideas exciting. The best day is when they discover a good teacher. These people have funny interests.
Yeah.
They're very excited
because
they discovered a good teacher. They discovered a good book.
Yeah.
They're so delighted. They found a good podcast. They're, oh my God, and they're there. They're writing things in secret. They don't want to bother people. You know, the moment they get in the car, they play that thing. They get up, they put their ear to listen to that thing. It's exciting.
Yeah.
When you find entertainment in learning, making money will also become like a pastime.
Yes. Like some entertainment.
The knowledge you developed became your second nature. You talk it at leisure and people pay you for it. Oh my God, you're so deep. Where did you get all these things? Oh my God, come and educate my people. How much did you charge? They pay you so much, you appear there, you talk casually. Because your casual talk is all deep. These are 10 years of curiosity. It's 20 years of learning. Over time, you bubble what you eat. It just bubbles. Just bubbles. And that has become your entertainment. Just a principle here applied there. And things you know, and because of layers and layers, you don't know when you're building the layers, find fun more in ideas than in just songs, entertainment, pastime. A lot of people cannot relax unless they do something that is time consuming.
Yes.
A lot of people don't have a pastime that improves them. If you come from work that gets you tired, but then you come to another activity that gives you fun, you find yourself smiling how that idea was put, and you're not saying you become that you never have fun or comedy, no. You're saying you find learning entertaining, and then that learning is towards something that you like, Do you know the ideas that you find at leisure time? Those funny moments when you're just passing time, waiting for sleep to come, waiting for somebody, queuing at the bank. Those are the things you kill boredom with. At the traffic jam, when you're flying long flight, you're waiting for 4 hours, there's a change of something, there's a delay here. Instead of getting frustrated by like other people are, you know somewhere you've left that message. You play it, you're not some code, you're posting it there, and you find a way to divert. When people are trying to inconvenience you, that time was not wasted. You always have something waiting where you left it off, where you left it off, And with time, what happens? If that is what happens? Cumulative effect. The law of averages. Because you're putting more, your average wisdom, your average good ideas, they become more intense. With time, that's what people pay you for. That's what they invite you for. That's what makes you more deep. That's why you meet a doctor and they educate you 3D. You live there, I understand this issue so deep and inside. There's a doctor who just casually, they're just streaming those things. Their Instagram is full of those things. They know what's happening. There's sometimes paying certificates somewhere in India, paying somewhere online. That's their thing. Because I was doing it, they're like, they're normal. It's very abnormal. What should be common sense? You're like, doctor, let me write that. And you're like, I want that doctor. The level of knowledge they have for that 1 hour, they opened your mind like you attended a class. Now you can handle a child. You have so many possibilities. What can go wrong? What can happen here? Some applicable things. A nutritionist, who is supposed to be just a child nutritionist. They told you, go see a child nutritionist. They give you ideas you can implement in your house. You get addicted to that nutritionist. That's how they make money. They have so many people want to see them. How? The habit of just learning for fun became what funds them into wealth, finances them into abundance. We have other laws of learning how to sell, because when you become so much on demand, you can't sell cheaply because you'll be drained physically. You must also now scale up so that you still have times to keep researching, times to keep learning, because this takes you now to masterfulness, because you learn for fun. What you learn for fun, you don't get tired with it. You keep doing it and more and more, and the more you teach it, the more you learn it, the more you enjoy it. And these people don't strain to remember. They tell you while laughing. They're not strained. Let me refer. Okay, that point. No. There are many other ways of putting the same thing. And we had a lecturer who would teach us for 6 hours straight. He would combine 2 lessons of 3 hours, and with a chalk. Morning, all of it, with just a pen, and you tell us where did we leave off. Just need to tell him where we left off. And he would take you. It was East Africa community law, and he would teach you the history of the unification of nations, and what are the dynamics, and where are we coming from, what about the autonomy of the countries. He would teach you the laws and the conventions and the agreements, and this. He would quote things with detail. I said, no, even if he has been teaching for years, this is not just teaching, my friend. This guy is into it. Then he was involved in drafting the ESC constitution. He is there involved. The presidents depend on him to interpret clauses. And for him, these are basic. You go to his office, you find laws from England, common law, this Elizabeth, Victorian, this is, and he can take you back historically to why we think like this. What was the original notion? When it was modified? What now is being debated on? Next could be this, and he lives there. He lives there. He doesn't just visit. No more workers visit their field. You live there. When you live there, you become distinctive. You become part of it. Now I know when it says that Enoch walked with God and he was no more because God took him. You can walk in a thing until it becomes your identity. The former Sylvia is no more. This one is just a consummate show host. This one is just a consummate. You become part of that. And it's fun. It's not even a struggle. You can do it while teasing. You're just chewing something. What are you talking about? People are already. You mean you cracked that so quickly? You guys are debating. He passes by there while sipping coffee. Or what? Obviously, that means. No, of course. What you're saying, this person coming from a deaf. Not just university degree, not just somewhere there's online. It's something they live. It's in their DNA. Your mind is learning to become habitually to reward you when you learn. Even if you're starting now and previously it was boring. I tell you the truth. Some people can tell you, I used to read the Bible, I sleep, but now I can't sleep without reading it. What changed? They love. They just associated with their life. And there's a time you meet a person, you don't like them at first. The more you learn them, the more you like them. Now you can't stay without them. Previously, there was just meh.
It's so true.
But now you're seeing everything wonderful in them. Wonderful. The more you train your mind, I like this about it, and like this about this pattern, like this. It goes deeper. Just tell you, if you just make it fun, you'll also become a fan of the way of the world. Yes.
Oh my goodness. That conversation has been so deep. I was actually asking myself, do I ask this question? Then I go like, no. This one can't stop because I have to let you finish everything that you had to offload. It has been so impactful, so powerful. I love it. And I believe when you were describing that person, I felt the energy that you usually have anytime you're giving out something to people. When you're teaching something, there's just that energy you have. And I was like, I think this is
familiar.
I love that so much. And I believe our viewers have really grabbed a lot. We have learned today, definitely today, no one can say that they have gone home without really putting down some notes. Thank you so much for being part of this show. Continue watching these shows because they are very enlightening and they give us wisdom that we need to grow. Now, for Benjamin Zulu's books, you can go to www.benjaminzuluglobal.com and be enlightened. Thank you.
There are conversations that shape how we live. Conversations that help us navigate challenges of life. Conversations that bring out the best in us. This is where we gather to help each other find the way and unleash our potential. Welcome to the